Can everybody hear me okay? I see somebody saying, is there training? Some can, some can't. Some can hear me, some can't. Everybody hear me okay? Hello, hello, hello. I'm showing here that I'm broadcasting, and Karen says, okay. Dennis says yes. Eli, yes. Ed Wade, yes. Michael, yes. Okay, well, those that can't, if somebody just type in the box there to have them refresh their screen, and they should be able to hear me okay. Kenny Dutton, I've got people texting me here. I just sent out a message to them. So we're going to go right into the training tonight, so we can get everything in, and we're going to be right into the platform. The first thing I want to talk about tonight, and this was a question that came up in the group, and I love to train to things that people want to know. You know, it's one thing to train and train to things that I want to share, but I want to teach you guys what you want to know. So I got an email this week, said, Kerry, could you show me how to use the menu? And you know, that's one thing I never talk about here. And I'm going to show you how to set that up and how to make that work and how to make that slide and do some different things with that. How I make it work and different ways that I use it. And but we're gonna walk through. One of the questions is can you make changes to a card that's already built? I highly recommend, and that's what we're going to talk about first, is making changes to a card that you've already built. The one thing that you have to remember is these are, even though they're different names, these are unique URLs, irregardless of what platform you have. So, for example, if you went in right now to create a kick one for a name of an app, you're not going to be able to do that because it's already taken. So what you want to do is once you've created an app, you have to wait 24 hours to get that name back. And that's something you definitely don't want to do. So this is what I'm going to do. Now, you can all remember, if you were on training on Saturday, I built this app on Saturday for our training session. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to make changes to it. Maybe I got the phone number wrong. So, and believe it or not, this happens a lot. A lot of businesses, and we're starting to see this now that we've been building these mobile business cards for about 3 years now. When a business moves, their number doesn't always follow them because they're going to a different area code, especially in the larger cities. They cross over to a larger area code or something. So you have to change their phone number. So all you have to do is simply come in, and let me come back over here. I want to show you here real quick. For example, the call us number here is 555-555-1212. I'm going to come over to content. They call me and said, hey, Kerry, I need to change my phone number. I'm going to come in. I'm going to change my phone number. I'm going to come over and I'm going to make this just so we can see the change here. Come in and go 666-666-1414. We're going to hit save. Now, I want to show you something, and this happens a lot, okay? I'm going to come back over, and I'm going to refresh here. And you can still see, I don't know if you guys can see the bottom of the screen there, but it's still showing me that I've got 555-555-1212 attached to this button right here. What you need to do is you need to come up and you need to refresh your tab button. This is a very common thing. Probably one of the biggest things that people forget to do. I'm going to come over here to the tab button. And this is what I do. I literally change it out. I go join our list or whatever's next. And then I go call us. And I hit save. Now I will come back over to preview. and that call us has made its change. So if you will do that, now a lot of people will go in and they'll have that call us link set up right there. So let's come over here and I'm going to show you another way to do it. You will just simply delete it, okay, remove, and you'll go over here to preview, hit reload, and you'll see the call us button is still here, okay? The call us button is still here, and it's 666-666-1414. I'm going to come in and I'm going to create a new button. You don't need to do this, but I know some people do, and that's why I'm showing you here. Well, I'm going to leave the icon where it's at. Call phone number 555. He called you and said, hey, I got my phone number back. I want to leave it the same. I'm going to hit save. And the exact same thing still happens. When you go to preview, this number is still going to show the 666-666-1414. I've got to come up again. I'm going to reset. Once again, please excuse me. I'm a little bit under the weather. I've got cough syrup and everything else in front of me. So, home page right here. The minute that I removed that button, this automatically defaults to home page. So all I need to do is come back and hit call us, and it automatically goes back to right where it needs to be. You can see that the icon is changed. But if you ever make a change on any buttons, make sure you go back to the tabs and make sure that you reset that. Okay, I've still got the same app. I've not changed anything. I could literally go in and change the entire app if I wanted to. I could go into, because everything that you put in, let me just show you here real quick. Some of you may not know this. Some of you may. When you come up and you create a new app and you use the template system, let me just pull one up here so you can see it. Already got the header. I just wanted to show you guys this for trading's sake. Same number, work number, click to call number. And what this is doing, this is putting this in two different places. The click to call number is going actually to your click to call. The work number is going into your V card and into your contact us section. Same thing with the mobile number. All this is going somewhere. I'm going to show you this in just a second. Fax number is going into the V card and into the contact us section. Nine to 5 or your hours of operation. Night, Jack. This is actually filling in your back end. This actually fills it into the social media section. Or click save. Error map URL is already taken. We'll just put something in there so it'll work. It's saved. And you can come over here and see when I go in this, and we're going to go back to the Kick One app. But everything that I put in there, here's the links to web pages and phone numbers. There's my Call Us button. Or V. So if you need to edit this information, all you have to do is go into these particular areas to edit the information. You can see here, this is the fax number I put in, the mobile number I put in, phone work, address work. You can also upload an image right here if you want. This can be an icon image. I can show you real quick. And this image will actually show up on the person's phone. What used to work correctly? Let's go ahead and pull an image real quick. I'll just pull up a icon here. And it'll upload the image. And this is what it looks like on an iPhone. This is what it looks like on the Android. I usually put the icons in there. For realtors and stuff like that, they usually have a picture. I'll put their picture there. But it automatically sets it for iPhone and Android. I can go ahead and submit that. You can see here that the social media links, it put the social media links where they needed to go. There's your Twitter and your Facebook. And this is all your information, your address and Google Maps. So let's go back over to the Kicking Wings. So whatever you put in there, it goes into the system. Now, if you want to go in and change it, okay, just simply go in and change the information, hit save. Just don't forget to go in and refresh your buttons. If you don't refresh your buttons, okay, it's not going to change the tab or the button bar or whatever. This works separate from, okay, this over here. When you save it, this saves it in the database. When you come over and refresh the button, then that updates the app itself. All right. Let's go back over to Kicking Wings. Any questions so far on that? Anybody at all? Now, some people ask, I'll go ahead and show you this while I'm here. You can see this is 154 of 3,482 apps. What happens if I delete an app? The app goes right back into the pool. You never lose your apps, okay? So if someone drops out or they don't pay you or whatever, your app will be, a matter of fact, let me show you here real quick. Let me disable that. We're going to suspend the app. Yes, suspend. This is a great way to collect your money. Okay, it shows that it's suspended. And also when it opens up on the phone, it also shows that the account is on hold. Okay, can everybody hear me now? Everybody see everything okay now? That the account's on hold. All I have to do is come over and unsuspend the app. This is a great way to collect money. Trust me. And they go back into their app once they've made payment and their app is available. Okay. If you want to delete the app, just delete the app. You see 154, 34, 82. We're going to delete the app. Now I've got 153 of 34, 82. Okay. So one number went up, the other number went down. So let's go back over here to Kicking Wings. Now remember, we changed the phone number. I didn't have to change the I didn't have to duplicate it or try to rework it or anything. I can do anything I want. Let's say I want to change the background. Remember, on Saturday, I used that background image. It looked pretty cool with that. I'm just going to come over here to styles and colors. I'm going to go down here to background image. Background. And all I have to do is remove this background. Now I've got a white background. Now that still looks pretty good with the information up there. I'm going to show you how to remove this call us in just a moment. And I'm going to come up and I'm going to put, I talked about this on Saturday. If you didn't rewatch the training on Saturday, Google has come out, Colorzilla has come out with an upgrade on their Colorzilla. And you can, it used to be just for Firefox. Now you can get Colorzilla for Chrome. So I went back to Colorzilla. And one thing I like about the upgrade is now with the color picker, I can increase the average of the color set. So I can go with a 3 pixel by 3 pixel, 5 pixels, 11 by 11, 25 by 25, or a selection average, or I can just get a point sample. If it's just a solid color, a point sample is good. I like to go with, I just keep it on 3 by 3 because most colors are pretty set in a 3 by 3 pixel. A lot of colors use multiple colors. I mean, that 25 by 25 may not even select everything, so you need to use a larger sample. And you can come up and you can get a selection average where you can literally come in here and square it out. I mean, you can see that, see it's picking up some of that black, how it's changing the color up at top. But I just want it to be simply just the orange. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to set this as my background color. Once again, I haven't changed anything. I haven't done anything. If I want to come up here and I want to take this button out right here, same app. Come up to content. Come up to home page. Go into links. And remove the call us button. Just say no. I can also change the icon from here. Excuse me. Smartphone 11. That's pretty much the smartphone I use on all of them. Okay. I can simply say save. Now you're going to see give it a second to reload. It did not change the button link. That's because this is already set. Remember I told you once it's set on the button link. I could have set the icon here. And it changed it here. See, I click save. Now, let me come over to preview. See, it still hasn't changed. Come over to call us. I can remove it. I can refresh it. Whatever you want to do. Hit call us, and you can see that it refreshed the tab. iMac, I don't know. It's called, I guess you can use Google on an iMac. It's called Colorzilla. Could somebody type that in the box for me, please? Colorzilla. Here, I'll show you on the screen real quick. Colorzilla. It's just a add-on. Colorzilla for Chrome Web Store. Make sure you're using Chrome, and you just add it from the Chrome Web Store. It is great. I was using it for a while because it did what Colorzilla does now. It picks a larger selection of colors, so it allows you to get a better match. And I've always used I always used Colorzilla because I really liked it. But now that they allow you to expand the pixel coverage, I went back to Colorzilla, and it's great, and it fits right up here. I don't know if you guys can see up here. I think I can move that. But it adds it right up here in your bar, in your toolbar. Great tool, Colorzilla, and you can see. I mean, it matched this perfectly. This is an actual image, and this is the background color that I set. Okay. Same thing with the logo. If I wanted to change the logo, let's say that, and this happens a lot too. I have an issue with trying to pull colors from headers I have created in Uzine. Not sure. I mean, I make header images all the time in Uzine. I've never had a problem. What are you using Colorzilla to pull you're absolutely, Tyler. Are you using Colorzilla to pull your colors with, or a different color picker? Same thing with images. If I wanted to change my header image, I can come in here and remove this. Now, one thing I want to tell everybody, if you put two images in, I get asked this question a lot, man, how do you make that happen? Let me go ahead and add another image here. Hang on. I'm just going to pull anything off here, just so it's different. And it needs to be the same size. Now, this probably isn't going to be the same size. Yeah. Okay, well, I was trying to find something that's really bright and different so you can see. It's probably not going to be the exact same size. You want to make sure these images are the same size. I'm going to put two images in here just to show you guys how to do this. And gals. I use Firefox. It's an Adobe product. I reckon Uzine is real good. Adobe, yeah, but Firefox isn't made anymore. I use Adobe Firefox. It's kind of like what's the big Adobe? Photoshop. It's kind of like Photoshop. I have two images in here now. You can see it slides across. You see it's smaller. It's not as tall. I'm going to set this to 3 seconds. And you can make these do whatever you want them to do here. I'm going to do fade boxes. Okay. In 3 seconds, I have found it. 3 seconds is it's the perfect timing for the boxes. And you can see them fade in and fade out. You see that the header color is back here. Now, the one thing about these, you cannot, anytime you use more than one image, you cannot use a transparent background. Use a transparent background, it's not going to work. Okay? No, it will not work. You cannot link an image to the slide menu. You're absolutely right. You cannot link an image to the slide menu. Okay? So you can see that the image will do whatever you want. Now, if I remove an image, Okay, I remove the image, and that's the only image there. And I'm still in the same app. I've not changed anything, okay? All right. You can also shift your images to wherever you want to show them. All right, whatever page. You're talking about like this? Are you talking about a header image? To bring the menu over? I don't know what you mean a home screen image, my friend. Explain to me what you mean home screen image. A home screen image. Are you talking about one in the center of the page? No, you cannot. You cannot attach that. That's not going to work. You can attach it to a header image, but that's not HTML that's controlling that. That's not HTML that's controlling that. That's an app function. That's a function is within the app. You can do it from this. You can do it from a header image because you can set that. Let me try something real quick. No, you can't. It's not going to work. Then I don't know. You're asking me something I do not know. Images in here to make it work. I don't know. You've done something I've never seen work because there's no HTML. I don't know where you're getting the link from to make that work. Are you copying the link address? Because in the center of this, in the center of here, you can only have one image unless you stack the images. You can't overlay the images to do what this header was doing. I'm not sure where you're talking. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're going to have to shoot me a video or show me something. I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's only one place to put an image in the body right here. Are you talking about up here? You're talking about this image? Are you talking about this image? Okay. I never use that. And I'm going to attach it to the slide menu. And I'm going to hit save. I'm going to come up to preview. Put in a ticket to that on Mark. I have never ever one time used that feature, but if you're using that feature, put in a ticket to Mark and let him know that one image is not connecting to the image there. Okay. So if you'll just put in that ticket, that'll work perfect, Tyler. Thanks for pointing that out. I have personally never used that ever. So you taught me something tonight. Did everybody see how I turned off all the buttons there? How I turned off all the buttons at one time? Let me go over here to content real quick. When you go into link settings, if you want everything off and you're working with the center of this, like to put an image like Tyler was talking about or something, all the image, or you want all the links to show and you want to turn them off individually, you turn them all off up here at link settings, and right here at show, just turn it off or turn it on if you want it off. When I build the other business card, the one that has nothing here, and I put the image in the center and then I link that image to something, this is what I use right here. Okay, this right here. I turn everything off and put the image in the center. Okay? Any questions so far at all? Any questions? We will sure answer your questions. Okay, we're going to move right along. I talk all the time about upgrading the app. And a question that I've been getting, we've got a lot of new people that have come on board. And a question that I've been getting here recently is, I sold them the mobile business card. Do I need to sell them another app to upgrade their app? No, you don't. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. This is my personal preference. And this comes from actually comes from Google. Okay. When they talk about mobile apps and the proper layout of a mobile app, and they came out with this scenario about 2 years ago, and they talked about font size. The font size should be somewhere between 14 to 16. And hold those kind of questions to the end. Let's stay on topic here. And they recommend that the text size be 14 to 16 so it can be read easily on the phone. They also recommend that you keep your tabs above the fold. Okay? Above the fold, meaning just like a newspaper. If you're looking at a newspaper and the newspaper is folded in half, if you'll notice, that all the good news is on the top of the fold. Why? Because when it's sitting in a newsstand, that's what you see. People have to physically pick up the paper, fold it out to read the rest of the news. And everything below the fold is basically secondhand news. It's not near as important. You and apps, and you'll say, hey, Kerry, what do you think of this? And you'll have 25 buttons on the front of your app here. The best thing to do, and that's why we're going to talk about the menu tonight, because that's one thing we don't talk about a lot, is do no more than 3 to 4 buttons right here on the front of your app, okay? No more than 3 to 4 buttons right here on the front of your app. And make these your most important. And I'm not talking about your tab bar up here, okay? Because right now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? You got 6 buttons here. Let me reload this real quick. Okay, you got 6 buttons. You got 3 here, 4, 5, 6. Now, if I added another button here, because of the size of the buttons, here, let me turn on this Call Us button right here. You can still see that that's above the fold. Now, on your smaller phones, now remember, everyone's phone is not the same size. And this particular emulator right here is actually an iPhone emulator. This is an iPhone emulator. So you want to make sure you can download emulators offline. Just search for emulators. You can search for the emulators and run different emulators from different phones to see exactly what the app will look like. I had an Android for years. I just switched to iPhone 7. So this is exactly what the app looks like on my phone. Now, you can still see on a larger screen, if I was looking at this on my phone, this is exactly what it would look like. Now, you can change the size of your buttons, but when you change the size of your buttons, Now you're putting a lot of data in a small area on the front of the screen. So try to keep your most important buttons, obviously your call us, email us, and share button at the top, okay? And on this, what I do is I move the home button and the previous page button to the bottom. If I go up here to preview, I always turn it off down here, but if I go to another page, my home button and my previous page button pop up on every other page except the home page. What that allows me to do is it gives me the space I want. And if you have the branded version, the one reason I don't like adding another button here is because I want my brand to show at the bottom of every app. So if you have the branded version, you've got your advertisement at the bottom of every, and that shows, and it's above the fold. So share web app, contact us, vCard, all very, very, very important information. And if you have something else that's more important than that, then pull it up to here, turn off the other buttons, and I'm going to show you how to set up your menu. But keep everything above the fold. The most important thing for your clients, for your customers, is that everything is above the fold and everything can be seen. Okay? And that's important to them. Why? Because they want people pushing on the buttons that are important. Now, everybody knows what a menu looks like. How many of you know how to set? Let me just ask real quick. How many of you have physically set up a menu on your phone? How many of you have actually set up a menu on your phone? And actually set one up and have it working and use it. For the directories, they should all have a menu button. And everybody's familiar, even with responsive websites, everybody's familiar with the menu button. Now, there's different ways to add it, okay? Does everybody understand with setting up everything above the fold and adding additional information if you want to add additional information? Let me go ahead and finish that real quick. Let's say I'm going to come over to a website. And I want to pull some information from that website. Let me come down here somewhere. And I'm just going to use this as an example. I want to put this on my About Us page. Okay. I'm simply going to come over here. I'm going to copy this content. I'm going to create an About Us page, but I don't want that About Us page on my front page. Okay. I don't want the About Us page on my front page. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to HTML/text pages. I'm going to add a new page and I'm going to call it About Us. Now, I want everybody to remember, I'm in the very same app that I started with at the beginning, and I've made a ton of changes to it. Okay, and here's the About Us information. And I want you to notice something. Because I copied this from a website, it also pulled the background in. Okay, so I'm going to set my font. I'm going to come in. I'm going to set it at 14. I'm going to left justify. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to go to preview. I'm going to reload. And that button is going to come up at the very bottom of my page. See right here, About Us? And there it is. All right. And you can see that it pulled all the HTML code, the color code and everything from that. And you can go in and change all that stuff. What I do is I put everything in Notepad. I will go in and anything I want to copy from a site, I put it in Notepad that takes all the HTML out of it. And that way you don't pick up some little piece of code that freezes your app. Okay? So I'm going to come over to content. And I've got this About Us page now, but I don't want that to show. Okay? I've built my page. I want that to be in my menu. So I'm going to come over to home page, and I'm going to turn that off. Okay, and I've got, let's see here what I got turned off. I got join our list turned off. I got share web app on, contact us on, vCard on. Now, and then I've got my tab bars. Now, I've got those turned off also. But just for training's sake, I'm going to use those to show you how to build your menu. So we're going to come over. Somebody just paid me $56. I appreciate that. We're going to come over, and I'm going to come over to the header, and I'm going to put a tab in my tab bar. I'm going to put a menu button. Now, I'm going to show you what I like to do when I use a menu button. You can do it this way or however you want to do it. I'm going to add a new link, okay? And I'm going to add the slide menu. Bam, there it is. And you can see it pops up right here. When I use a slide menu, I personally don't like it in the middle of my app. Because where are most slide menus? At the top of your app. So I will take this because everybody can see the little arrow right here. I'm going to swallow a cough drop real quick. Everybody can see the little arrow here. So I'm going to move it up at top, and I've got my menu button right here at top, right above my image. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to preview. I'm going to reload. And now I've got my slide menu. Now, we can see here it's got a lot of stuff on here, and we don't need all that stuff, right? Because we've got most of this on the home page. The slide menu works separate from all of your other menus. We're going to go to Settings. Now, we're going to come down to Slide menu. And it works exactly like all your other menus. It will have your, this is your slide menu settings. Okay, do you want it on the right side? Do you want it to come out on the left side? Do you want it to overlay, or do you want it to push? Okay, does everybody see when it pushes? I get this question all the time. What does push mean? I can't see any difference. Overlay means it overlays the app. Push means it pushes the app over to the side. And it's just a cosmetic thing. Okay, just a cosmetic thing. You can have it come from the right side and push. You can see it push the app out of the way, and or you can see it overlay, and it will overlay the app. Whatever your preference is. Now we come down here to the slide menu links. I want to leave the home button on there, okay? I want to make sure the home button is on there. Share web app, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to leave the join our list on there. I'm going to take off the contact us. I'm going to take off the vCard. I'm going to leave the call us on there, but I'm going to move the call us up here to the top, right below the home button. Okay? I'm going to take off the email, and I'm going to move the about us up. And this is no preference. This is strictly for training. I can turn off whatever buttons I want and have whatever buttons on I want. And now I've got a menu. Okay? Now I've got a menu. And if you'll notice here that says show menu here, that's just on the demo here. Show menu. That's so you can see exactly what the menu looks like. So I've got all this set up, but you know what? I mean, you want everything to match. Branding is everything. Branding is everything. We're going to save this menu. Now I'm going to come down to styles and colors. This has its own special. Let me reload this. I'm going to open my menu. This has its own settings, slide menu links right here. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to set up my settings. This is exactly like everything else, okay? We're going to set our background color. Let's set that to orange. Let's set the entire background of the page to orange, okay? And once again, let me recommend, go in and set up an app. This is a demo app. You can delete them. You can make them. Go in and set this up and do what you want to do. I can change the size. Everybody see the size of the, but I'm going to leave them at 100%. I can change the spacing. I can change the height. I can put a border on there. Put a nice little border. Let's put a border radius. See the orange show up behind it? Now let me put a little bit of height on there so I can separate that orange out just a little bit. Let me add a border color. Let me remove this, and I'm going to add that to black. Okay, so everything matches up. Let's go to the icon box. I'm going to put a border size on there. I'm going to put some radius on it. I'm going to make this inset, and I'm going to remove this color, and I'm going to make it this color gray. Okay, you can see the difference in the color there. This is black here. It's a little bit of gray, just like I did on my front page there. My icon, I think it was white. No, it's orange. So I'm going to make my icon orange. Let me make my background black. It's black on the other side. Okay, and I'm going to come in here with my icon, with my box. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of radius on it. I mean, a little bit of a style on here. I'm going to make that all the way, and I'm going to bring that out. And I'll make that white. I'm going to make it double. Let's give it a little more width. You can see it double up there when I touch the width there. Text content box, the same thing. I'm going to remove the background color. I'll make it black. We'll go ahead and put my radius on. You see I'm changing the size of my border. I'm going to make this outset. I'm going to make it the same color as I made my border on my icon. And I'm going to change my text color to white. And now I have set up my menu, custom, to match my app, okay? And simply just hit the menu button. Everybody knows what this means right here. And you can change this name if you want to, okay? If you want to change that to whatever you want, you can change it to more info or anything. Just go to header. That's on the tab bar. Go to menu. And we'll just say more info. Whatever you want it to say. But people are accustomed to seeing those 3 dots and or 3 bars and understand that that's a menu. And now, if I go back to my home page, let me save that. As I say, save every time you do something. Hit reload. I've still got a nice clean app here. Everything is nice and clean. I've got my information above the fold. The most important thing is I've got my information right here. If you don't have the branded version, I highly recommend, if you've got more than 10 apps on the street, you need the branded version. People will see your information when they click on that, and that's the only way they're going to be able to get a hold of you and know who created this app. That's probably the most important thing that you can do as a business owner, is make sure that your brand is at the bottom of every single app. Okay? At the bottom of every single app. You think about it. You get 100 apps out there, and people say, who built that for you? Kenny? How do I get a hold of him? I don't know. You know? And if he said, oh, the information is right here. App Wizard Studio, or whatever the company your name of the company of your name is. All right? Very important. Very, very important. Remember, your brand is everything to you. That's how you make money. I'll use Michael Cahill. Every time I see the word visible, and I don't care how it's spelled, I think of Michael Cahill, because he has ingrained in me, and I'm sure you, because I see his brand all the time, visible. That's the first thing I think of is Mike Cahill. And I can promise you, in Atlanta, Georgia, because of the amount of promotions it does and speeches and all that stuff, when people see visible, I don't care what way it's put out there, they think of Michael Cahill. So your brand is very, very important to you. Now, we did 3 things tonight. We went in and we completely changed the app up, the exact same app. And remember the name of the app? Kick One? That did not change. Okay? I went in and added an About Us page, and I put that over in the, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I put it in the slide menu. Click on the About Us information, and it shows up in the app. Okay? Go back to the home page. I changed out the logo. I slid the tab bar from the bottom to the top when I added the More Info page. Now, you can have this wherever you want. When I share things with you and share information, it's just my preference of building hundreds and hundreds of apps, okay? And I've built them all different ways. So, but this is just my preference of putting the info bar, more info, or menu up here in the right-hand corner. All right? And if I wanted it, if I wanted it in the left-hand corner, if that's your preference, take more info and slide it to the top, and it'll go in the left-hand corner. I prefer mine on the right-hand corner. It's strictly your preference and what you like to sell and what your brand is. What your brand is. Okay, somebody had a question about the kiosk. Now, we're going to go into some question and answer period. I'm going to stay in the app. I've got a kiosk attached to this. I will say, just to let you know, and we're very, very excited about this. I'm very excited about it. I know Mark is working his butt off getting the new 2.0 kiosk system set up. You guys are going to be blown away. You're going to have more. You're going to have options to go in and sell and things to do. Somebody asked a question about the kiosk. I'll go ahead and get into some general questions here. It's left. Is everybody enjoying the 3 topics? Get it done in an hour. Do what we got to do. It's right into the platform. Is that a better format for everybody? It's a lot better for me because I don't get rattled and get all over the place. I like staying with what I'm doing. So does everybody enjoy the new format that we're doing? Keep it simple. 3 topics. Teach you what we got to teach you. Absolutely. I like it too. Hey, Mark, I am going to go into the event thing next week. You can add the app link to the welcome SMS message they get when they. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, BK. Thank you, Mark. Donald. All you got to do is come over to your Edit Web app. Let's go to the messaging center here. Text keyword. When you put up this sign up incentive message, and remember, you got to keep it under whatever, 160 characters. I'm trying to think here. Just simply add that. All right. And it went over 160 characters. So what you want to do is you want to shorten this. Thank you. Let's say get 50% off today. Okay, now let's see. I need to bring off being a today for being a part of our loyalty rewards program. Now I've got 2 characters remaining, and I've got my link right here. And this link will go out when someone signs up, and I've still got 1 remaining, and you can see here, thanks for joining. Get 15% off today for being a part of our loyalty rewards program. Whatever you, if you can fit it in here in 160 characters when they sign up, and I highly recommend that you do that. Okay. Now you can put that, you can make this a bit.ly link. You can make whatever you want, however you want to track or whatever you want to do. But yes, you can put links here. Okay. Any questions? Any more questions? Great question, Donald. Thank you for that, buddy. Great question. Anybody else? Anybody else have a question? I'm glad you guys like the format. That's exciting. Let me say real quick, and a lot of people have been doing it, and it's a great help. It helps you get your information quickly. I probably talk to 20 of you a day on Facebook Messenger. Awesome, Donald. If you guys need something with sales or a quick question on the platform that really isn't a support question and you need it answered, I think just about everybody on here can vouch. You guys can message me on Facebook Messenger. Send me a friend request. I got, I don't know, 1,100 friends or something like that, and I don't know 99% of them. Send me a friend request or just send me a messenger request, and I'll add you. You can hit me on Messenger just about anytime. I mean, if I'm up, I will answer it. If I'm not up and I'm asleep, I will answer it the first thing the next morning. If it's not, now if it's a support question, let me go ahead and hit this real quick before we call it a night. If it's an actual support question that has to do with something not working, not can I do this, or how do you do this, or how do you set this, or how do you make this look this way? If it's an actual support question, the only place you need to go, and don't go into the Facebook group, because they're going to be able to tell you, pretty much tell you the same thing I can about the platform. They can't fix anything, and I can't fix anything. So go into the help and support and submit a ticket. That's the best way. That is the best way, is to submit a ticket. If some, just like Tyler had that question, we tried it right here live on training, and it did not work. I've never personally used that. And he can submit a ticket, and Mark can go in and fix that. I have preferences for everything. Absolutely. I can show you 1,000 apps, and if you was out on the street and you know what my apps look like and you saw an app, you would say Kerry Miller built that. I can promise you that. My apps have a certain design. They're very popular, and I stick with it. Until people tell me they're ugly, I will continue to build and sell them. How many of you are doing video? I know. Yeah, I told all you guys, Woodrow really is the one that got me into video. I never really cared for video or selling video out to the people that were buying apps. How many of you are selling video? Very consistent. Yes, Kenny, yeah, absolutely. Kenny knows more than anybody how persistent I am. I mean, consistent. Anybody selling videos? I think I surpassed maybe 70 videos this week. I started towards the end of December, when Woodrow turned me on to the, I can't think of the name of that program now, but it's amazing. Yeah, I've sold. I think I hit 70 this week since December. So I really enjoy it, and we're selling apps and videos at the same time. So we've increased our money. How to put a video? Let me show you that right now. Hang on just 1 second. Give me 1 second, my friend. I want to show you the quickest and easiest way. I'm just going to pull up a video here. This looks pretty cool. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I wish I'd have been doing it a long time ago. Okay, I'm going to embed this video right here, okay? I'm going to come down here to share. I'm going to go to embed. I'm going to go to show more. And it's the same for every video. I'm going to set this to 280 by 158. I'm going to pull this iframe right here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come over to this app. I'm going to go into the app. I'm going to go into content page. I apologize for coughing tonight. Kenny Dutton gave me this cough over the yeah, you told me to. That's right. I'm going to go into text/HTML. I'm going to go to source code. I'm going to paste this right here. And see this 280? I'm going to change. And now, you have to do this for this to fit properly on an iPhone. 280 to 100%. Okay? I pulled the iframe directly from YouTube. I set it at 280 by 158, and then I changed the 280 to 100%. I hit OK. I click Save, and there's my video. Easy enough, right? I want to show you what this does. You see, I took the 100% out. Yes, 100%, absolutely. And you see when I took that 100, remember I told you this is an iPhone emulator. Percent out, you see how far outside the box it goes? Do this for iPhone. It's for iPhone. It works fine on an Android. Okay. What'd I do? Sit there and take it completely out? Any questions? Any more questions? That's the quickest and fastest way to do it. And trust me, I do a lot of them. I do a lot of them. Any more questions? Yes, click save. 100%. Where you put the first number in, which is 280, that's the width, make that 100%. As we were right at about 9 minutes, 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I think the formatted to 3 things, and of course questions at the end. We had time for questions tonight and got some questions in. Page, you wouldn't need to do that at all. Just go in and put the text in the page. Go to HTML and text pages, and this is going to format it automatically for you. Here, you're talking about going up here. You don't need to do that. This is HTML, and this sets everything for you. This box is HTML, and it sets everything for you. Just for the videos. Just for the videos. Questions? Tyler? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out tonight, and I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, right here. Right here. You turn all these checks off. Uncheck all, make sure all these boxes are unchecked. Show player controls off. Show video title off. Dance mode off. Show suggested videos when the video finishes off. Just unclick them right here. And they will not show. I know some of you use third-party video frame programs. I found that none of those will turn off these suggested videos. I do it like this and let it run through YouTube's program. This puts these zeros in the right place. All this information is in the right place. Relative equals 0. Controls equals 0. Show info equals 0. 0. And if you'll do that, 0, okay, they're done. This is the way I do it. And the person that taught me how to do this is Mark, because I was having trouble with it. And Mark is the one that showed me how to do this. And I've never had a problem. And probably have put 150 videos on apps. Easily 150. Maybe more. Questions? Any more questions? All right, guys, gals, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. And hopefully my cough and all this crap will be gone by next week. I hope. Everybody for coming out, and I will see you. Remember, you can go to, hang on just 1 second. I'm going to do something here. This has really helped me a lot because I can talk and work at the same time. Give me 1 second. If everybody would copy this, that are important to me in life. God and making sure I help you. And there you can click on that link and go to my Facebook Messenger. If I'm available, I will definitely help you. Yeah, no kidding. All right, everybody, good night. And hopefully we're getting close on the new 2.0. Look forward to that. And absolutely, Tyler, knock them out, buddy. And everybody, and I will see you guys next Wednesday night. Happy. Good night, Joseph. Thanks, buddy.